TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Okwade, and this is Africa Now. A year of war between Ethiopia's government and rebellious forces from the northern Tigray region has damaged government plans to modernize the economy and deterred some foreign investors. When Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed took office in 2018, Ethiopia was one of the world's fastest growing economies. His pledges to open up one of Africa's last untapped markets thrilled investors. At the moment, Ethiopia is uninvestable, said Kevin Daly of a London-based investment company. The fighting has shuttered many firms operating in Tigray. Parts of Tigray are in famine, the currency's value has plummeted, and annual inflation has topped 35%. Still in Ethiopia, security forces from Amhara state have carried out a new wave of atrocities against ethnic Tigrayans. A joint report by Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch says mass detentions, forced expulsions, and killings are some of the atrocities listed in the new report, which comes a day before the UN special session on abuses committed during the year-long bloody war in the country's north. Since November, Amhara security forces, including the region's police and members of local militia, have rounded up Tigrayans living in several towns and forcefully expelled some of them, the report alleges. Still in a related development, a French court based in Paris has condemned Rwandan national Claude Muhayimana to 14 years in prison over his role in the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis. The verdict was returned Thursday, over 3 weeks since the substantive trial began, taking place on almost daily basis until its conclusion. The 60-year-old worked as a driver at a hotel in western Rwanda and was accused of transporting Interahamwe Hutu militia to various locations where Tutsi were killed. He denied the charges. And the government in Ivory Coast has resumed political talks with opposition parties in a bid to boost unity and democracy. The political dialogue has stopped after the sudden death of Prime Minister Ahmed Bakayoko in March of last year. The local elections scheduled for 2023, as well as a reform of the National Electoral Commission, are some of the major points to be discussed in the forum, with about 21 major parties present. Now, Nigeria has one of the slowest broadband internet networks globally at 13.45 Mbps, ranking 105 out of 110 indexed countries and 96 in worst mobile connections at 17.91 Mbps. A recent report by Sourceshark, an Amsterdam-based cybersecurity company, has found. The research, titled Digital Quality of Life Index, also said internet quality in Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and Mali stand at the lowest end of the index. People in the aforementioned countries approximately require a week's worth of work to afford the internet, adds the reports. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. Business and more coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, Africa needs harmonized oil legislation to avoid ruinous competition among its oil-producing nations as they vie for investors, Senegal's President Macky Sall told an oil conference on Thursday. Sall said that as some developed nations push for an end to investment in fossil fuels, particularly gas, African countries needed to attract partners who are financially and technically reliable, with clear legislation that will offer guarantees to investors and protect national interests. Sall, who will take over the rotating chairmanship of the African Union Continental Board in January for a year, told the gathering, that included major oil operators and ministers from the region, that African nations should make efforts to participate in projects as equity shareholders rather than being contented with royalties. Now, moving away from business to health. Authorities in the Democratic Republic of Congo on Thursday declared the end of the 13th outbreak Ebola that emerged in early October in North Kivu province and killed 6 of the 11 infected people. The virus, which causes severe vomiting and diarrhea, is spread through contact with body fluids and was first discovered near the Ebola River in 1976. Health authorities vaccinated more than 1,800 people using Merck's recently licensed Everbo vaccine, the WHO said in a statement. From 2022, South Africa will begin donating roughly 2 million doses of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine to other African countries through a medical supply platform set up by the African Union. The South African government, in a joint statement with an AU vaccine task team, said the donation embodies South Africa's solidarities with their brothers and sisters on the continent, with whom they are united in fighting an unprecedented threat to public health and economic prosperity. The 2,030,400 donated doses will be distributed to the lowest income countries as quickly as possible. And Uganda is delivering HIV medicine from a hospital to patients in rural hamlets in Kalagala and 84-island archipelago in Lake Victoria by drone. The pilot program aims to improve the transport of medical supplies for the country's health system, which faces chronic shortages. Kalagala's soaring HIV rate is estimated at about 27% of the population on the islands. And in sports, organizers of January's Africa Cup of Nations in Cameroon have said only fans who have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 and have proof of a negative test in the run-up to a game can attend. The tournament had been reconfirmed as going ahead between January 9 and February 6, with 24 teams set to take part. The Nations Cup, which has been delayed a year because of the pandemic, will be played in 5 venues across Cameroon, including the capital, Yaoundé. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.TOS TVNetwork.com. Do follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Opade. Thanks for watching.